Like so.
Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, my name is Vin and I document my journey building a business in my 20s. And today we're in Copenhagen, Denmark. If you guys have been following along the journey, you know I threw a dart at a map. It landed in Poland, so I had to find a conference to speak to in Poland. And so that's why I'm here. On Tuesday, I'll be in Gdańsk, Poland at InfoShare speaking about B2B influencer marketing. And I figured if I'm already going to come out here, I might as well check out another city. Copenhagen has always been top of my list. I heard the culture is amazing, the food's amazing, the cafe culture and the pastries and coffee is amazing, which is right up my alley. The only bad thing is it's pretty bad weather. It's raining right now. I don't know if you guys heard, but there's a lot of issues going on with Newark Airport right now. So we were probably sitting in the plane for like an hour before we actually took off. This is actually the first time I've ever rented somebody's home as an Airbnb. Like this woman actually like lives here, but it's really cool. And I don't know, I think it's super unique. She left me like a little beer, Danish beer. I'll have that later. Got the bathroom and then this vibey bedroom. I love the string lights. I'm actually staying in Nobro, I think it's pronounced. In Nobro. I'm staying in an area called Nobro. I'm meeting my friends Jan, Sharif, and Scott. They're coming from Germany, Sweden, and London, and I'm looking forward to seeing them. I never met them in person, but I know them from online. I rented this like floating sauna, which I'm really excited about to share with you guys. I'm probably just gonna fire off some emails right now, and then I'm probably gonna meet Jan around 11 to grab some pastries and coffee. Alright, it's way colder than I expected, but I'm on the hunt for two things. I gotta get a bike, because apparently that's the main way to get around. And two, I need a pastry and a coffee. So I heard this place called Hart, so I'm gonna go check it out. I just had that pastry. Yo, that was unbelievable. There wasn't really anywhere to sit though, and I'm freezing. Alright, just got back from a long day of like pastries, coffee, BSing with Jan and Scott. I wound up renting a bike because between Amsterdam and Copenhagen, it's the cities with the most density of bikes. And there are bikes everywhere. People are leaving their bikes out on the street, no locks, nothing. It's a big part of the culture here. So I rented a bike and every time it seemed like I went to go hop on the bike, it started to rain. So like, I'm just wet and gross. But now we're headed to the floating sauna, which I'm going to film on my GoPro, I believe. And I hope that I can stay as dry as I can on the ride over because I want to be cold. So.
There's some water. It's not even technical. Okay, in Sweden we call it the back opener because you would have to go forward because it's so hot. Or it could be part of the hobby, you know?
They're quite wide, aren't they? Fucking hell. Yeah, I've just got my feet got my toes on.
Alright, taking our first dip. First time on the Baltic Sea, by the way, might I add. So good. So good. Amazing, bro. I'm not.
I knew it was gonna be cold, but it felt like jumping in a freezer, like it was ice water.
Okay, good morning. Day 2 of Copenhagen. I literally slept, I think, for 6 hours total between the other night and last night. The sun came in directly onto my face this morning. There's no like blinds or curtains or anything like that. It is, it's about like 7:30 in the morning right now, or a little closer to 8 probably now. And I don't know, I'd rather go out, ride the bike around, explore, maybe try some pastries than sit in bed. So that's the game plan. It is sneaky cold though. Yesterday was one of those days where you're just like, you just couldn't get warm because it just kept raining and it was windy, and I only brought this hoodie and this jacket and it's freezing. So maybe I might try to do some shopping. We'll have to figure that out, but let's explore Copenhagen. Alright, we are on the hunt for some croissants from Juno's bakery. Apparently it's a pretty famous, well-known bakery. I just gotta beat that. The streets right now are pretty empty, honestly. I feel like Europe in general is a very like late culture. Like people go to bed late, they stay out late. I could be completely making that up. That's just my experience. today was the longest day forever. I probably biked 30 miles, probably more, I don't know. But I woke up at 6:30 and I was pretty much out the entire day. It is now 6 o'clock. I did also go on a little shopping spree. Everybody here in Copenhagen looks extremely cool. They dress extremely cool. So I bought some stuff I want to show you guys. First things first, I got this Carhartt like baseball tee. It's got a Detroit number on the back. Thought it was a cool fit. I got some pastries this morning and a black coffee, and the coffee was so good. And I realized it was the same beans that I had yesterday at the other coffee shop that was also really good. So my rule is if I like the beans somewhere, I always pick up the beans. So this is a brand called Prologue, and this is their Nindo. I can't even pronounce this. This one's from Mexico, but this was a really good bean, so I can't wait to make this back home in Jersey. And then I was on the hunt for some sunglasses, and I got recommended this spot called Flatlist, and they had some really cool shades in there. I don't have any black sunglasses, so I got these. The frames are black, but there's a tint on them. So I really like how these look. These are a great collection. And then I was on the hunt for some jeans that fit cool. So I got these, let me put this here. So I got these Carhartt jeans. These are like a loose fit. These are the Marlowe pants, and these are actually a relaxed fit, but for me, I'm so skinny that they look kind of big. And I got it from a store called Lagoon. Oh, and I just walked right into that wall. Oh, but this is the full fit of everything I bought today. These are necessary purchases. The big problem is I have 0 room left in my suitcase. So I don't know how I'm getting this stuff back home to Jersey. I think I might leave some stuff here, unfortunately. Okay, here are my official thoughts on Copenhagen. I leave in a few hours to head to Gdansk, Poland. Before I leave, I just wrote down some of my thoughts. All in all, great city. I highly recommend. And I can totally see the appeal of coming back here in the warm, either summertime or like late spring, because there is a lot of really beautiful like waterfront areas. Plus, a lot of people get around by bike here. Ubers are really expensive, and you can get around pretty much everywhere on the bike. Everything is about 10 to 15 minute bike ride away, whereas the Uber, if you're Ubering 10 minutes away, it's like in the morning, $40 Uber. At night, it was a $60 Uber. Why did I say Uber? Weird. Uber. I said like Uber. That was weird. I would recommend the city of Copenhagen. Would I come back? Yes, but I would definitely prefer to come back in the warmer months. A lot of young people. It seems like a lot of people are moving from other places in Europe. There is an amazing restaurant scene, like incredible restaurant scene. We accidentally walked into a place yesterday for lunch, and turns out I had a Michelin star. Like every place is really, really good, I have to say. Their coffee and cafe culture is really amazing too. That's like probably one of my favorite things about this trip was just like popping into cafes and coffee shops. I was easily having about 2 cups per day, multiple pastries per day, so that's always a good thing. The sun doesn't set till around like 10:30 here. You really can't go to bed before 10:30 because it's light out unless you have dark out curtains. People are out very late. People are going to dinner at 9 p.m. They're going for drinks casually afterwards or a cigarette, and it's like, 1, 2 a.m. People are not waking up too early. I went out on a bike ride yesterday around 8 a.m. and there was some people out there for sure. There was some people running, but there was no cars on the road. There's barely any bikes on the road. That being said, the bikes are so big here, man. Like I've never been to a place where biking is so big. Like they have not just bike lanes, but like bike streets, and the bikers abide to the stoplights. Not in New York, we just fucking fly if we see an opportunity. There's like bike parking lots too. It's insane. I had an amazing trip. I would 100% come back here. I don't think you could probably spend more than 3 days here because it is really small. But I would love to come back here maybe with my fiance and go to the really good restaurants and coffee shops because that's what we enjoy to do together. That is my trip. This is the first series of the Travel Dart series. If you know, I've created this content on LinkedIn. You should go check it out. From here, I hop on an hour flight to Gdansk, Poland for the InfoShare conference, and I'm speaking on B2B influencer marketing on Tuesday. So this was kind of just like if I'm coming all the way out to Poland, I might as well stop somewhere, and I've always wanted to come to Copenhagen. So if you made it this far, I just want to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're in Gdansk, Poland. Peace.